down. I'm so happy. Breakdowns are so much mentally. Like thinking about doing breakdowns just weighs in so heavy on my mind. So I'm glad I'm almost done with the breakdowns. So yeah, Ariani, is it Ariani or Arina Alekseeva versus Sygula? I forgot. Let me actually check her proper name and not butcher it. Okay, I'll check it a bit later. But yeah, Klaudia Sygula or something like that. So, in all honesty, I don't know, man. I feel like Alekseeva has been fighting. I don't know. Stephanie Egger is a UFC veteran, so submitting her in the first round is pretty impressive. And she lost to Melissa Mullins via unanimous decision. I don't think that's too bad, to be honest. So, in all honesty, submitting Stephanie Aga, a UFC veteran, and then going to a decision with Melissa Mullins, who I think is not too bad. You know, he's on a run. She seems like she's taking her career a little bit seriously. I don't think that's too bad of a loss, to be honest, especially because it went to a decision, like she wasn't finished. On the other hand, what's her name? Wow. Klaudia Sygula. She was TKO'd in the first fight against Melissa Mullins. I don't know, man. I think she's just pretty. She didn't look good in that fight, man. I expected her to look a little bit better. I honestly, I didn't see grit. I didn't see. I honestly didn't see anything that makes me feel like she's an athlete. See pressure. I didn't see striking abilities. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was her debut. Maybe she was nervous. I guess maybe that's the reason why she was performing so horribly. But yeah, man, I'm not very confident in her being able to do anything. I mean, she's going to have a reach advantage, a 3-inch reach advantage, I guess. So that might give her some type of an advantage as far as the fight goes. But I don't know, man. Alekseeva has a 60% finishing rate. Saigula has a 50% finishing rate. I mean, that's crazy. Alekseeva is going to have the advantage as far as volume. She throws a little bit more. Technical striking abilities, I think Alekseeva is going to be better technically on the feet, as I've been saying. I don't think Saigula is particularly great at technically anywhere, to be honest. Whether it's striking, whether it's grappling, I don't feel like she's particularly great anywhere. Horrible striking defense. Um, she was getting pissed up. Obviously, maybe I'm being too hard on Saigula. Maybe it's because Melissa Mullins is probably maybe that good. We just don't know yet. Who knows? Maybe that's the case. Maybe Melissa Mullins is just as Terminator, and we just don't know. Maybe Claudia Sygula is actually good, but she looked horrible in the fight, man. It's hard for me to have any sort of confidence in her. Technical striking, I feel like Alekseeva takes that one. Volume, Alekseeva. Striking defense, Alekseeva. The only advantage on the feet I would give to Sygula is her 3-inch reach advantage. Apart from that, I don't feel like she's going to have an advantage on the feet. Grappling wise, Alekseeva has, I mean, as far as grappling, Alekseeva is both offensively and defensively better. Man. I think it was Shawshot McGee who commented on a video on a short where I was posting their statistics, and he was like, "What a waste of money," you know. I'm not gonna be that harsh, but for me personally, I don't see why Claudia Sygula is even in the UFC. To be honest, I think I can see Alekseeva actually finishing her. To be honest, I think Alekseeva can knock her out if she wants to. Alekseeva can submit her if she wants to. Claudia has a horrible takedown defense. It's not even funny. Like, it's not even funny. If somehow Alekseeva feels like it's too much on the feet, which would be crazy because Sygula is not even good on the feet. Like, why is she fighting? And how is she 5-2? Who are the five that she's beating? I wonder who those people are, man. I actually need to be going to Tabology to just check, like, who has she been fighting? Like, how does she have 5 wins? Like, imagine, like, the people who lost to Sygula. Anyway, she's pretty though. She's actually pretty. Apart from the I don't know Botox lips, I think she's pretty. Even the okay, let me not criticize her appearance. The next day they'll be calling me a misogynist. She's pretty. Whatever she did to her body, it's up to her. I think I would assume she was still pretty even before that, but her body, her choice. But yeah, I think that's the only thing going for her. To be honest, she's pretty. But apart from that, I can't see anything else. I don't know why she's even fighting. Maybe she'll improve as time progresses. Who knows? When you look at people like Juliana Miller, she's not particularly good at fighting, but at least she's a dog. Like she goes in there and tries to win whatever way, even if she's not technically good, like she pressures you, she's physically strong. So at least you know that okay, this girl is gonna lose unless I mean this girl is gonna win unless you put her down, like unless you submit her or you dominate her. With Sygula, I don't know who she's going to beat in the UFC, to be honest. I honestly don't know. At least Paige Van Zandt was a bit decent, but and then they criticize us for not speaking positively about women's MMA. It's not that we hate women, dude. Like, well, I'm the straightest guy. Okay, not the straightest guy alive. Maybe there are more straighter guys, but straight. I'd never look at guys' direction, right? I love women, so so for them to say, "Oh, we hate women," is crazy. I know that they don't mean who we're not attracted to them and everything like that. But for me personally, it's hard to defend things like this. Um, Clashers boys. I'm breaking down a fight, a UFC fight. So it's hard to defend things like this, man. It's hard to defend things like this. Uh, I honestly don't know what the UFC is doing. I don't know why they find her because there's no skill here, and yet they make other people go through the contender series than the Ultimate Fighter. And yet, anyway, let's change the topic. We'll change the topic a bit later on, my guy. I'm going to be streaming. If you're subscribed, we can talk later. I'm going to be doing a stream whereby I'm going to just be responding to comments. So if you truly want to talk, then we'll talk a bit later on. But I need to actually finish breaking down this fight. So yeah, apart from the fact that Sygula is pretty, I don't know what she's going to do to actually win here. I think Alekseeva can knock her out on the feet, submit her on the ground. My subscribers and I are going with Alekseeva. This is why women's MMA is not necessarily the best. It feels like the UFC just picks people based off of their followers or their physical appearance and not necessarily because of skill. Everyone else who is actually skilled has to go through the hardest paths to get into the UFC. Like you have to go through the Ultimate Fighter, fight the 3 different people in order to get into the UFC. Or the Contender Series, they find one of the most talented athletes to fight you, and then that's how you earn your way into the UFC. Like, who did Sygula actually beat to get into the UFC? Anyway, my subscribers and I are going with Alekseeva. I'll see you guys later. I'll be replying to every single comment. So just check the channel, turn on your notifications, and we'll talk a bit later on. I love and appreciate all of you. Until then, peace.